I've started a brand new eBay account with the aim of growing it from 0 sales to as big as we can get it in 12 months, and a little project I like to call Start eBay from Scratch. We're in week 2, and week 2 has bring in some good news and, well, some pretty poor news as well. Now, before I kick off with the good news, which is always the best place to start, if you're new here, this is what I'm trying to do with this channel. So I've been selling on eBay for 10, 15 years. My business sells on multiple marketplaces, and we do around £300,000 to £400,000 a year turnover on eBay. And I get asked quite regularly about how to succeed on eBay, whether it's how to source properly, how to construct listings properly, how to take photographs properly, how to improve sales. So I thought the best way to answer all of those questions was set up this channel and set up a brand new eBay account with 0 products, 0 feedback and 0 sales, and grow it as big as I can in 12 months and document every step of the journey from a private seller to a business seller and creating an online business. And what's the aim? Well, to help you guys out with all the questions that you may have around how to be more successful on eBay. So I hope the content that I'm putting out is going to be useful, but if you do have any questions, please pop them down in the comments. Right, so the good news. If you watched last week's video, you know that we started sourcing products from around the house and we got some listings. Granted, there were only 7 listings on the store. And when the first sale popped up, which I can show you here, it was a little bit of a surprise, and I'll tell you why. We've got 0 feedback on this new account with 7 products live. Now, if you use eBay to buy, answer this down below. Do you buy from anybody with 0 feedback? I know I don't. I like to see that a seller has had a little bit of traction on the site, has got some positive feedback in relation to successfully delivering and managing the sale from start to finish. It gives me confidence that they've used the platform, they're a trusted person, and I will buy from them. I never usually buy from anybody with 0 feedback. So to make a sale within a couple of days of listing some products on a brand new account that's only a week old with 0 feedback was a win, and it made me feel quite happy. I did a couple of little shorts on it and I was smiling. And that quickly followed by another sale a couple of days later. Now, I am rushing ahead of myself because the second sale was for some clothing, and I know we've not covered that. So we're going to jump back in a couple of days' time because today is Saturday the 8th of March. So that sale came after we listed some clothes, and they were some super dry shorts. So 2 sales. We also did a little trick now. And this is a little trick that I recommend anybody who's starting to sell on eBay does to instantly boost their feedback so they can help with their sales. I made some purchases on the account. Those purchases have got me 2 feedbacks on the account, as you can see here, which is good. So when anybody looks at the products that we've got up for sale, they can see that actually we're not a 0 feedback seller. We've actually got 2 feedback. So we're using the platform, we're getting some feedback, and we're getting some kudos from other people who use the platform, which is always a positive thing. So that's a little tip from me, really. If you are a brand new eBay account holder, get some purchases done, get your feedback score up. It will really help with your sales process. Okay, so by midweek, we'd made 2 sales. So this kind of leads on to the negative news. Now, if I was brand new to eBay and I had no experience, to have a negative delivery experience with the first product I'd sold, it would have left a bit of a bad taste in the mouth. So let me tell you what's happened. We made the sale of the brand new Lilo and Stitch PJs. The customer had picked Evri. We've got a local Evri locker down by our office, by our warehouse and office. It's literally 2 minutes walk away. So we looked at it and we thought, how's the best way to access the Evri delivery system? And for us, it was to just walk 30 seconds down the road, pop it in one of the InPost lockers, job done, happy days. Tuesday, we walked down there, we popped it in, boom, done, in the locker, ready to go. We are now Saturday, and it still hasn't been picked up. 4 days later. In the meantime, the super dry shorts sold, have been packed, have been shipped by Royal Mail, and have been received by the customer. So, it's not great news really, and I'm really disappointed with Evri. So I'm going to pop the tracking information up on the screen so you can see it, so you can understand the issue that we've got. So 12:48 on Tuesday the 4th, we deposited the parcel into the Evri locker, perfectly within the allowed shipping parameters. So 2 days after the sale, we deposit in the Evri locker. Thursday at 7:50 a.m, Evri attempted to pick it up, but they said there was an issue with the locker, we'll try again the next working day. To be fair to them, they tried it again at 2:50 on Thursday. We had the same error message. And then Friday, they tried it again at 12 minutes past 2 and still said there was a problem with the Evri locker system. So, as it stands at the moment, we shipped it on the Tuesday. It's now Saturday and it's still not been picked up. I've got the customer, the buyer, sending me messages because they're peed off, completely understandably. We've been on Evri's customer service. You can't get into chat. There is no phone number for you to call. We've been onto eBay and eBay have said we've got to talk to Evri. Honestly, if this was my first sale as an eBay seller and this had happened, it wouldn't really fill me with confidence because honestly, what a joke. How hard can it be for an Evri driver to go down to the locker and open their lockers and take a parcel out? Honestly, the whole locker system is meant to be easy. You go down, you scan your barcode that's on your shipping label, a door automatically opens and you put it in and close it. Evri then come down, open their lockers, get the parcels out and go and deliver them. But as it stands, an order that was made on Sunday was shipped on Tuesday and we are now almost a week later and it's still not even been picked up. An order that was bought on Wednesday was shipped on Thursday, has been delivered to the customer on Saturday. Job's done. Thanks Royal Mail, you've done what you've said you're going to do and you've delivered a parcel to the customer. Down Evri, you've really cocked it up and you can't even pick up a parcel from one of your lockers. So anyway, we'll monitor that as time ticks on. The likelihood is that I'm going to have to refund the customer. I'm going to have to go down to the Evri locker and try and sort it out myself. So now I've moaned, I got that off my chest and I've shared my good and bad news for the week. I think probably the best thing to do is understand how we actually made those sales and rewind to Monday, because Monday we started to list some more stuff. So from future me, let's go back to historic me and talk about clothing. So, right, the idea will be, although it's not the most comfiest on the floor, the idea will be is to lie each item out on the floor like that. As you can see, it's a brown kind of wood effect floor, which is not what I would use at all, but it's what somebody might use if they're starting out for the first time and don't really know what they're doing. So what I'm planning on doing is lying each item out like this, taking a flat on photograph down. I'm going to be using my iPhone 14, which is what a lot of people would probably use when they're taking photographs. What I have also got is, slightly off camera, I've got my other studio camera, which is a 4K Sony, so it can get high-res images of that. I don't think it's necessarily required for taking pictures of clothes. So the phone will be absolutely fine. The quality of pictures is really, really good. And if I was to take one, and I'm just gonna let that focus in, I'll show you. Picture, you can see my face. The picture is actually really good. I don't like I do not like it on the floor. I don't like it on the floor.
2 minutes later.
Right, changes have been made, and I know that I said I was going to take them on the floor, but I think any sane person in their mind, if they took a picture of a dark top on a dark floor, they would go, that looks rubbish, how can I change it? I found a white blanket from upstairs, and I'm going to use this. Now, look, at the end of the day, it's either that or it's that. I mean, come on. You're never going to put that up. No one's going to buy that. It's red on brown and it just affects the white balance of my cap. Now, I know I'm talking like somebody who knows what they're on about with photography, which I do, but that or that, what are you saying? It's going to be that, isn't it, every single time? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And it's plainly obvious that doing this on the floor is not very comfortable. So what we're going to do, we're going to clean off the desk. We're going to put the white blanket on the desk. We're going to photograph everything on the desk and try and set it up so it looks a bit better, because the lighting is doing my head in. Right, let me get it set up. I'll be back to you in a minute. There we go. And now we can take photographs. So let's get the light sorted and let's start taking photographs. Right, we're set up. Here we go. We've got tape measure. We've got white background. We've got 2 lights. We've got iPhone for taking photographs, and we've got the clothing item. And what I'll probably do, I'll talk through the first one and then just rattle off the rest. So what I'll probably do is I will take one photograph of the front. While I'm here, I'll also take a picture of the neckline so they can see it. Then I'll take a picture of the back. Again, so we've got there's no real signs of wear anywhere, so I won't bother with that. We'll turn it back over again. Maybe I should start with the back, so I only have to turn it over once. That's probably a good idea. But then we'll get it there again, and it does creep in, but as long as I can do that, because I only want to get this side of the actual measurement. And again, I don't want to get the full thing. All I want to do is just get the actual measurement. That's it. Product 1, done. I suppose what you have got is you got the little label inside here, which I think is probably worth taking a picture of as well. And we're done. First product, done, 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 done. Now, if I was doing this as a business, I would probably put that in a bag, give it a SKU code, and then store it. If I was running this as a business, because then you can put it in your polyload bag, you can close it all down, and then you can store it as long as you've got your SKU code on it, and when you list it and you've got your SKU code on the listing. And a SKU code is just a product identifying number. When it sells, you know which one that you're picking off the shelf, you can pick it, you can put your shipping label on, you can ship it. I'm not gonna do that with these, I'm just gonna pile them up, and I'll probably just, because they're all one-offs, and they're in my house, because that's just where we are, I'll just pick them as and when they sell. Well, 17 items photographed. We've got a combination of t-shirts, jeans, shorts, socks, dresses. And apparently my chair has fallen apart. Dresses. But we've got 17 items photographed, ready to rock and roll. As you can tell, it was quite warm business. I've declothed to a t-shirt scenario. And yeah, that was pretty easy. I do not like the setup I've got. That's definitely got to change. The table was okay for t-shirts. As soon as I needed to do the dresses and jeans, there I had to go back to the floor. But I couldn't be bothered to set the camera up. I just wanted to get them shot. But yeah, so we've got, let's have a look. Get that camera turned around. So yeah, we've got all of these. So they're t-shirts and shorts there. We've got jeans there. We've got a couple of dresses there. And we've got some brand new running socks there. So that was relatively easy. We now just need to create listings for them. So let's get them on the new eBay. It's not a shop. I keep on wanting to say eBay shop, but it's not a shop. It will be. Believe me, as we progress this little project, we will turn this into a shop. And probably sooner rather than later, if I'm honest, because I just prefer it. I like having a little bit of a shop window. And that's the benefit of having a business account. You see, you get to have a shop if you buy a shop subscription. But we want to be able to pay for the shop subscription with the money that we're making from sales. So I'm not going to get too ahead of myself yet. We're trying to do this on a budget, zero cost initially, until we start seeing some returns. And then as soon as we start seeing some returns, we can then upgrade our account status. But we need to know that it works first. That's the most important. So let's get these listed. Well, it's took me a little bit of time, but news, we've now got live listings on our new eBay account. Yep, we have got 14 in total. So awesome. 14 products are now up, listed, live across multiple different categories. I pretty much showed you the products that we've put live. So books and clothes, all stuff that I found around the house. I was going to do a screen share, but I can't bother. So I'm just going to spin the camera around and show you here. So we have got jumpers. We've got some polo shirts, we've got other shirts, we've got some socks, we've got some super dry shorts, some t-shirts, more polo shirts, book, Minecraft, badges, learn to draw the manga books are now live, and another Minecraft book. So, and they're starting to get some views. Not massive views, but they are starting to get some views. So, we have, let me put the camera down. Let me get my mic out so you can hear me. Excuse me. So we now have listings live, which is great. Good place to start. We haven't got many. We're not getting many views. But the key here is we've got some products live. We've still got a load of products to get live. And I think once we start getting more up on the account, we'll start to get some more traction and footfall into, it's not a shop. I keep on saying shop. It's not a shop. It's an account. We're going to start to hopefully attract some buyers. Long-term goal is get as many products as up as we can to start doing regular daily sales, so then we can start looking at transitioning from a private seller account into a business account. That's where we want to get to as soon as possible, but obviously that is going to be based on how many sales that we get through. Now, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. While I'm setting this account up and getting things listed, what do you want to see? Are there certain things that I'm not showing that you want to see? Do you want to look at things like how to construct a listing? We've already covered photographs, and we're going to constantly be reviewing how we're taking photographs and making sure that they are the best possible. Photographs I've got on there at the moment, some of them are good, some of them are a bit rubbish. The books and stuff were taken on a white background, where down at my warehouse that my main company uses for photographing all of its tech that it sells. So they're pretty good, and I don't really think I'd change them. The clothing scenario definitely needs to be set up, because taking photographs on a fluffy blanket on the floor, well, it's just not great, is it? But it is where somebody like you watching this video would start. So it was probably a good place to start. So if there's anything specific that you want to see about setting up an eBay account, put it down in the comments. What I will say is eBay has made the whole process really quite easy for private sellers. You don't really need to set up any policies. You don't really need to set up any returns, because it's all done when you list a product. And I think probably what I'll do is I'll do a dedicated video on listing a product, how to construct the title, how to do all that, and that'll be in probably next week's video, because it is very different from a business, from constructing a listing if you've got a business account. I think the next port of call really is getting more listings up and waiting for some sales to come in. So let's get some fingers crossed that these views on these products will turn into sales. So that kind of brings us nice and neatly to the end of the week. Well, it's Saturday, but I'm going to try and bring these videos out on a Sunday. So I'm going to call the end of the trading week as a Saturday. And it's been quite an interesting week, if I'm honest. We've got some products live. We've made a couple of sales. We've had some positive and negative experiences with delivery companies, and we've got some feedback. Now, granted, the feedback hasn't come from things we've sold, they've come from things that we've purchased. But as I said earlier in the video, it's really important to get your feedback score up as soon as possible to give your buyers some confidence in you as a seller. And the quickest and easiest way to do that is make some purchases on platform and get some feedback score going. And honestly, it will do your account the world of good. Buyers will look at you and they won't see you as a zero feedback seller and have the confidence to hit that buy button. So, one thing I am going to trial, which is going to give a little bit of a lead on into next week's video, is eBay's delayed payments. You may or may not be aware of it, but if you are a private seller and you are currently selling, you'll probably be aware that as of February 2025, eBay introduced buyer protection, which means the buyer gets charged a little bit of an extra fee for protection, basically. So what will happen is when your buyer buys something, the money will go to eBay, and eBay will hold it in a pot until 2 days after confirmed delivery. Now, after that period of time, eBay is meant to pay it out in full directly to you. That 2-day window gives the buyer an opportunity to unpack the item, check it all out, use it, wear it, whatever it is, and report a problem, or if they're unhappy of something, within 48 hours. Within those 48 hours, eBay can then work out what is the resolution. Do they need a return and a refund? Do they need a partial refund? And if they do, eBay manages that and takes it from the money that they are holding for you before paying it out. However, if there are no messages from the buyer or no reports of any issues, within 48 hours, eBay pays the money directly out to you in full. And the whole idea really is it's meant to make the whole platform work a lot smoother and the transaction of money a lot smoother. So we're going to put this to the test. As you saw earlier on in the video, and I'm going to pop it just up here, the super dry shorts that we sold were successfully delivered just before lunchtime today. As you can see, the note from eBay in the sale particular is that they are holding the money until the 10th of March. Today is the 8th. That's 48 hours. So when we hit the 10th, we should get paid out, so long as there are no complaints from the buyer. And I just want to see how accurate this is. No doubt it will be very accurate, but I have read so many messages on different Facebook groups and community boards that 7 days have passed and they've still not had their money from eBay. So I just wanted to try it out and document it on this video. So the clock's ticking. The 10th of March, I should get the money for the shorts. I'm going to tell you if we did get it and if we did get it on time in next week's video. So if you've liked this video, please hit that like button and please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video.